I had to learn to shoot a gun at Hatfield.
Yeah.
And I had to put an earplug in my ear.
To save your hearing.
To save my hearing. And my hearing is so bad in my left ear, I can't wear the earplug. So now I just have to go, ha! when I shoot the gun. Yep.
You mean you shout?
Yes.
So that you don't hear the shoot?
Yes.
Wait,
so
you shout so you don't, wait, that's not.
I shout because it puts pressure on my ear.
Oh, I get you.
Which doesn't let all the sound come in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why can't you just shoot it from the deaf side?
Because that's not how the blocking is.
I got you. Hey, it's
Hi.
the Krisha and Frank show.
Yeah.
How's our blocking? Do we look all right?
Our blocking is great.
Sure look all right, block-wise?
You can find us at krishaandfrank.com. That's where you can get the merch. Ooh, speaking of merch.
Well, we have several pictures
Ready?
of merchandeers. Yes.
Bling.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Bling.
Wait, which one is which?
Bling. I don't know.
Well, one is, now you've gone so fast, I can't tell. One is our friend Rob Howard of Hutch and Howard, who bought the first long sleeve t-shirt.
Yeah, it looks good on him, too.
Oh, and he did it in portrait mode, if you notice. The background is blurry.
Very smart.
Yeah. And then the other is my friend Maureen of the Middleburg Barn, who decided to have her dog, Bridget, the Basset Hound, drink out of the Krisha and Frank mug.
It's perfect. It's perfect. KrishaandFrank.com. That's where you can get links to our merch, but also our YouTube and all of the audio. Please subscribe to
Wait, we do need to put, I guess we can make a page somewhere on there where I have all the links. I just have them in a file where we could put, this one's for Google, this one's for Apple, this one's for Audible, this one's for...
Or just go into whatever audio
and search for us.
app you use and just search Krisha and Frank Show.
I
and it's
was
right
at
there.
the opera. Remember we talked about Marble City Opera and their production. So I'm there and I see an author named Pamela Schoenwald. And I start talking to her. And
as you do.
Well, I've met her before. I interviewed her.
Right.
Because she's an author. I interviewed her. And somehow the topic of podcast came up and I mentioned that I had one. And she's like, you say that, most people are like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, we were there early. She comes back down to our seats about 5-10 minutes later, before the opera has even started, with her phone in her hand, and she's trying to search for. She couldn't remember. She said, well, how do you spell it?
What's that woman's name?
What's the woman's name? So we do, and we find it on her Google podcast, and she's like, is this it? I'm like, that's it. Okay. Yeah. Boom, subscribe.
Well, thank you.
So how about that?
Thanks for that.
Pamela Schoenwald.
Oh, so remember a couple, maybe last week or week before?
At some previous point in art history.
In our history, we talked about the emergency setting on my phone.
Yes, I think...
on all phones.
I don't know when our next Living East Tennessee interview runs. It might be tomorrow, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow?
Yes.
Because we pre-recorded it, sorry. But one of the things that Aaron Barnett interviewed us about was how weird I felt being an emergency contact for Krisha.
And now you know for sure
how
you
weird.
are an emergency contact. And actually our friend Aaron sent a message and said thank you for telling me about the emergency setting, because a lot of people didn't know that it was a thing.
So what you do is you press your power button 5 times.
5 times.
And you say when you go for a run, you have it in your hand so that it can notify this group of people, most of whom I know, except for one. Because I had them all in my contact. I had them in my. Well, here's what happened: is I got an emergency message, and it said I recognized Jen and myself, obviously, and James, and then there was one that I'm like, oh, that's the one I don't have.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you've got Karis's number now,
and she's got mine
because
we're friends.
I was at Central Flats and Taps on the patio
with her,
with Karis, and. My phone was sitting on the table, like face down on the table, and for some reason, it started playing a podcast. Like, I had not touched it. I don't know what happened. It just started playing in the middle of the last podcast I was listening to.
That's weird.
Which was like one of my murder podcasts.
Ooh.
And we had walked from her house to Central Flats and Taps, and I was having a salad. I wanted to go get a salad. I was going to get it to go. Instead, we got some, this was forever ago. And I had a moment and I was like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Grab salad? Sure.
So there you are. The phone's on the table.
My phone starts randomly playing a podcast.
Which is weird.
I pick it up, and when it's locked, usually when you pick it up, it automatically lights up to where I can open it. And it didn't do that. It didn't automatically light up, so I was tapping the screen.
This
it wasn't
is a newer
working.
Phone.
Yeah, it wasn't working. I was tapping the screen. So I was...
Did you tap it 5 times?
Well, no. What I did is I went to reset it, which to reset it, I hold down the 5-time power button and another button, and it automatically
reboots.
Reboots.
Because there's been a lot of software updates and things and all.
So when I did that, it said emergency message sending.
So on my end...
And you can't stop it.
Oh, no.
You can't stop it from happening. Because what would be the point in
You initiated the launch sequence.
I hit the red button because what would be the point in being able to stop it from like an SOS
when
message?
there's a false alarm.
But also the person who may be assaulting you or where you're in trouble with could do the same thing. Oh. There's no stopping it. And I'm sitting with Karis, who is one of my emergency contacts.
She gets notified that you're having an emergency.
And she was like, my phone's blowing up. I'm like, it's an emergency contact for me. I'm fine. And we just start laughing. But immediately I realize it's going to 4 other people. Me
being one.
Yes.
And I had my phone on mute. I was thinking, that's the day I was trying to take a nap, maybe?
I don't know. You didn't tell me.
I think I was trying to unsuccessfully to take a nap. And I hear the thing vibrate, and I'm thinking, and when I see it's you, and then it says emergency, I'm like, okay, forget the nap. So I text you, and it takes me a picture of your nostrils. Would you like to show that one? It's weird.
Yeah, that's fine. It's terrible. But what it does...
This is what I got on my phone, and so that's why I knew it was a real emergency.
What it does is it takes a picture with your front camera, a picture with your back camera, and 6 seconds of audio.
Yeah, I got that too.
And it sends it in a group text to all of your emergency contacts.
I got it.
And in the moment that I'm telling Karis, ignore it, James is texting me.
We all are.
You're texting me.
Jennifer.
Jen calls me.
She was very
and she was in an absolute and utter panic because it also sends a location exactly where I am, Google Maps location.
So I clicked on that and I saw that you were on the patio at Central Flaps.
Yep.
Actually, I could tell which table.
Yeah.
It was so precise. I could tell which table you were.
Which it's fantastic. Yeah. It is great to know how this thing works.
Yeah.
The audio is me and Karis laughing.
So when I text you, are you okay? You wrote back, I'm having a salad. So my response was, is it an emergency salad?
I was like, I'm fine. But you actually kind of did make sure, are you good? And
how do I want to make sure it's not the assaulter telling me that he's having a salad?
James could have not cared less, but I was like, sorry, it was an accident. He was like, cool, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Jen was legitimately...
Of the group of us, she was the furthest physically away from you.
Right, she's in Gatlinburg. She was like...
Karis is literally next to you. I'm 15 minutes away.
Yes.
James maybe 30 minutes away. Jennifer over an hour away.
And she goes, I'm an hour away, but what do you need? Where are you? Are you okay? I was like, I am fine. I am having a salad. It was an accident.
An emergency salad.
Please no, it was an accident. She goes, okay, but what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I was like, Jen, I am okay.
Was she aware that she was an emergency contact of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
But she starts, I'm laughing, and she is still in 100% panic mode. And it takes me probably 10 minutes on the phone with her till she, came down from, my friend is dying, what do I do? But let's see that picture again.
Okay. Nice nose.
Thank you. Because that's me going,
There's a reason why you normally take selfies from above. Not you singularly, but anyone. Because you don't normally take a selfie like this.
Have you ever opened your phone and it's accidentally on front-facing camera and your face is like...
Yeah. That's what you get.
So I will say, it is very embarrassing. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm so sorry. I just alerted this whole group of people on my phone. Emergency.
And then here's my nostrils.
I'm out of hummus.
Please enjoy. I'm out of hummus.
I'm out of hummus. But it does work.
What you should do?
It is very effective.
Find at the beginning of each meal, get the waiter or waitress's number and add them to your emergency contacts.
Oh my God.
That way.
I'm out of hummus.
You could record that, send it to them.
Seriously.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, there's no way to stop it. So.
And it was weird to me because we just had the conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that I'm in your emergency contacts, that I'm a recent addition.
Yes.
And
Well, but yeah, I mean, it works. It is very effective. Had it been an actual emergency, I, of course, wouldn't have been answering.
Right. I remember thinking, I need to get dressed.
What do I do?
Because I'm laying down. I'm trying to nap. I'm going to have to find clothes and get out the house. And do I need to pick up Dr. Bass? Because we talked about that, but I don't think I really need to this time.
No, not unless you can bring me more salad. So, yeah, that's very embarrassing. If your phone goes haywire, there's possibility it will send an emergency message. And my phone is fine now. I reset it.
What did you look it up by any chance? Is it a known issue?
No, I know exactly what happened.
What?
I had been listening to the podcast on Bluetooth in my car. And I also, in my purse, had my Bluetooth headphones, my wireless Bluetooth headphones. So when I got out of my car, I didn't know this, but my phone connected to my Bluetooth headphones. It was like, oh.
And the podcast was still playing the whole time?
The podcast was still playing in the headphones. When the headphones died, when the battery died on my Bluetooth headphones.
It thought you had died.
No, it went to my phone and started playing automatically. And it was just being weird and glitchy for me to be able to stop the podcast.
You tried to turn it off.
It was all me.
You activated the emergency by trying to reboot the phone.
Yeah, I just hit it too many times in succession. So.
Okay.
Yep.
But I mean, we could add Dr. Bass to your emergency contacts if you want, because I did say that I would pick him up and investigate your death if anything were to happen to you.
Right. Also,
I mean, hope not.
Just submit it to one of the podcasts that I listen to, which is, I saw a meme that was like, if I die, just send it to 2 white women who have a podcast. They'll find out what happened. But Dr. Bass, maybe he could start a podcast.
Well, I mean, I don't want to, it's not a spoiler alert, but he and I had plans to make something, but the week the pandemic started. So now I'm not allowed to get close to him because he's 92 and a half.
Maybe he's vaccinated.
Oh.
And now you are too.
Boom. Susan, we're in business.
Bonezones.com. Don't forget the S.
Can I rent the camera from us to make the show?
Sure.
Anyway, so there's all sorts of great things you can get. In addition to this merchandise, the Dr. Bass, Jefferson Bass books, the nonfiction books, the hats, the challenge coins, the key tags, some great souvenirs. It's as if the Body Farm had a gift shop.
It is.
You go to bonezones.com. And the other thing that they're still moving through is the last of these Art Bohannon books that they've got in stock, Prince of a Man and Watauga. Get a book and a T-shirt. You can either book and a single T-shirt for $30. So that's a discount of savings on both. And it's an adorable T-shirt with Dr. Bass and Art Bohannon on it.
It's so cute. I like it a lot. Yeah, so check them out. Bonezones.com. Don't forget the S.
Boom.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Oh, where's the taco basket?
We don't even need it because I selected one already because I thought it was perfect.
Okay,
no, we're not
right.
pretending.
Okay.
Who cares? The magic.
I found the extra batteries, though. I was looking for these.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. But no, I selected this one because I really like this. We had a bunch of Taco Tuesday topics come in and through text message, and I love this one, which is, what is your bug out plan for the apocalypse?
Oh, okay. See, the text messages go to you, not me. So what is your bug out plan?
Well, I sent it to you too, though.
Oh, that's right.
I sent you the whole list. There were a lot.
I was busy.
Yeah.
I had a lot going on.
Yeah, but I really like this question.
What is your bug out plan for the apocalypse? Wow, it actually ties into your emergency phone thing.
There you go.
First of all, I think your bug out plan should be to get a new emergency phone, maybe a different set of emergency contacts.
And the apocalypse phones won't work, won't matter.
That's a true point. I mean, there's multiple ways to interpret apocalypse. There's the zombie apocalypse, the nuclear apocalypse, the biblical apocalypse. Which one are you going with?
Well, I mean, biblical apocalypse, I think that you don't really get to decide what's happening.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right.
So you can't have a bug out plan for that. What's your bug out plan? Already got it.
So let's talk about some kind
What's your bug out plan for the biblical apocalypse? Jesus, that's what.
So some kind of science, like we see in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, like sci-fi movie
that kind of apocalypse, like where you have to, I don't know if it's a Mad Max or one of those.
Right. Do you think about that?
I do not.
Yeah.
I remember thinking about it briefly because over by my favorite barbecue place, M&M Barbecue, somebody had put one of those little yard signs. And this is probably like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And there was a sign saying prepper supplies with an arrow pointing down that road. And I kept thinking, oh, that would be interesting. When I have time, I should go there. It would make an interesting blog post or just radio topic. I could take a few pictures. Might be funny to put on Twitter or Facebook, whatever. And I could maybe buy a prepper supply. And then I never went, and then the sign went away, and I forgot about it. So, I mean, I suppose on the one hand, I do shop at the club, so I often have more.
You got a lot of TP.
I got a lot of toilet paper. I got a lot of bottled water. I got a lot of, energy protein bars.
Do you have weapons to defend your homestead?
Baseball bat.
All right. Yeah.
Is that what you need? Is that what preppers have?
Some people have guns. Some people have knives. You got to have what are you going to cook on?
Yeah, I guess the most I've thought about is if I had to, I could boil pool water.
Yeah.
So I have, tens of thousands of gallons.
If you had to, you could drink pool water.
I drank it by accident. Yeah, it's chlorinated, so it's filtered.
It would dehydrate you a little bit, but...
Yeah, I mean, you could theoretically, distill it and have it pure water out of it, but I've got all of that extra water if I need it. But electricity-wise, no, I've thought about those people who have the generators.
Yeah, but you're going to run out of gas like that, and then you're not going to be able to get it because the gas pumps now work on electricity and they work on computers. So
I met an electrician. I went to an electrician's house one time, and it's a very lovely, expensive, beautiful house. And he has the biggest possible generator built into his house.
It's an actual built-in, the radio station. We used to have one.
Yeah. I mean, he's an electrician, right? So he got a 9/11 grade, apocalyptic generator for his mansion down there on the water, on the river. But I mean, I didn't occur to me that what does he put in it? Diesel fuel?
No, I mean...
The radio station generators were diesel powered.
Yeah, but eventually you're going to run out of fuel.
Yeah, and are they battery powered?
I don't know. I don't have a plan because I intend to die.
Well, that's a plan.
That's my plan. If they say, asteroid's coming towards Earth, prepare.
You run out into the path of it?
In those movies,
the person who
stands on the beach and...
when the tidal wave is coming.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight people. I don't want to retrofit my car with big wheels. I don't want to be any of those. I don't want a Robin Hood or mercenary. I'll just
Well, does this discussion of the apocalypse imply that society falls apart?
Correct.
That there's no friendship, no
I don't think that's...
sharing,
that's not.
No helping each other.
No, that's not true at all. But I mean, if it comes, we live very close to Oak Ridge.
Oh, that kind of apocalypse.
And to me, if they're hunker down... Okay, so I live far enough away to where if you actually look it up, you can look out and see if you're in the dead zone or if you're in the radiation poisoning zone. And we're both in the radiation poisoning zone.
Oh,
so at that
we
point,
should move closer to Oak Ridge?
I mean, if you want to go bye-bye, but, if they say, it's coming, I'll probably, drive further away.
Yeah, you do the best you can.
Right.
Given what you've got.
I mean, I'm not just going to be I'm going to die of radiation poisoning.
Because that's different than a asteroid coming right to your house.
Right. But also, I'm just not I don't need my bug out bag. I don't need my survivalist kit because, I don't want to. Right. If it comes down to the fact that we don't have gas and we don't have the things it takes to make our world go, sure, I'll live in a tent and...
Well, yeah, we go back to medieval times.
Right. Which may be fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then also,
it's not really going to be as nice as a Ren fair. It's going to be
right.
You're going to smell the sewage. It's going to be, it's going to be gross.
I mean, I figure, the people who want to stay and rebuild society, cool.
Yay them?
Yeah. But I've seen how well it's gone with just asking people to wear masks and, socially distance and stay home.
No, there probably would be some kind of unrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the haves versus the have-nots. It'll be ugly.
Yeah.
So if you have all that prepper stuff, that means that the people who don't are going to come try to steal it from you.
Yeah, if you have all that prepper stuff, you're heavily armed, I assume.
I guess so.
If you're building a bunker, you're not building a bunker for the neighbors.
They used to talk about that when I was a kid, having either a tornado cellar in some parts of the country or a fallout shelter. Did you ever see that movie with Brendan Fraser? And,
yes. Yeah.
Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Where they incorrectly think in the 1950s or 60s that the nuclear bomb has hit Los Angeles. So they go into the shelter and lock themselves down there for 30 years.
Yeah.
Everyone assumes they're dead.
Yeah.
And then they send Brendan Fraser up at the end of 30 years into the 1990s Los Angeles.
Happened.
And it's hilarious.
It wasn't Encino Man.
No, this one was, it's a very funny movie. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. I guess I should just Google it because it's worth it.
There's someone screaming at us right now. Nyam, 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 nyam.
Yeah, well, it's,
Sorry, we're old. Our memories are, but
I watch movies like once, and then, but this one I think I've seen multiple times because either it was on cable a lot or bunker movie, Blast from the Past.
Blast from the Past.
Because Alicia Silverstone as his cute little girlfriend, and notice her name was Eve.
Eve.
It was like Adam and Eve, right? The whole bit. That was very obvious. Sissy Spacek, Dave Foley. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
That's a movie recommendation.
You're just going to sit here with your toilet paper and your pool water.
Wipe myself regularly. Chlorinated water.
What's your bug out plan? I got pool water and toilet paper.
Float in the pool.
And a bat. I'm good.
What else am I going to do? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't have anything of value that anyone's going to come and steal. You know?
Would you keep doing the show without me?
Oh, wow. If I had electricity and there was still an internet, that's a big if. That's a lot of big ifs.
You could start, like the CB radio.
Hey, everybody, it's the Krisha and Frank show. Krisha's still not here.
Over.
Breaker. I tried to reach you. I tried to see if I could find you.
I'd be gone.
That'd be sad.
I would pretend to be gone
That'd be
also.
sad.
Like, that would be so great.
Why don't you just bug out here and we'll do the show?
Well,
I mean, if you could get here. I live closer to Oak Ridge than you do.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
Who sent that in?
Your daughter.
We're coming to your house.
We've got TP and pool water.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to, until we run out of gas, we're going to start driving toward your house, and then we're hiking the rest of the way.
Oh,
and
we'll
become your problem.
Yeah.
Me hike?
Yeah, that's what's great that you hike.
500 miles to my daughter's house. Yeah.
Woo. See you on the AT, Pops.
Me hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Just what it takes for you to go to Pigeon Forge.
No, come on. It's like we said in that show. You said, would you hike the Appalachian Trail? How many miles of the Appalachian Trail could you hike? And I said, maybe about a half. Half a mile. I don't even know. You know what? I don't, trying to hike to the Appalachian
You'd
Trail.
run out of Ludens and you'd be like, I'm done. I'm done. My mouth is dry.
I think the hike from the Gatlinburg entrance of the park to the Appalachian Trail Park. That's
like, dink.
Oh, I did it.
I did it.
Yeah, I made it most of the way to the
Megan,
Appalachian Trail.
You have nothing to worry about. You're fine.
Could I hike up the interstate?
Yeah, sure.
All right. It's still a lot of uphill.
It's going to be worse on your feet.
Forget it then.
Yeah.
Just
hope it's not winter.
May I rest in peace. All right.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Run out of Ludens.